Our favorite shoplifter is back in the news. Woohoo!
Watch you come around. Big head wear you down. Big head safe and sound. Big head wear the crown. Watch you come around. Space out.
And just like that, Baby Jack is back in the news. I mean, Baby Jack's back. Yes, you heard me right. Our favorite shoplifter, also known as Winona Ryder, is back in the news. That's right, back in the news. And it's not for shoplifting. No, those days are way behind her. She doesn't do it anymore. Are you gonna, let me just get to the story. Everyone's favorite paranoid mom on Stranger Things is in the news. And this time, it's because she's defending Johnny Depp. That's right. The old lovebirds have a history. Yeah, it's a sexual history. Yes, they had a sexual relationship. No, they're not still having sex. That's not the point. The point is, you're not listening to me. She came to defend Johnny because you'll see. Now our pal Winona, she is not happy. She had to speak up against this nonsense from Amber Heard. She couldn't hold her tongue any longer. What? Yes, I know. Shut up, Tina. Yeah, I know that this video should have been put out a couple days ago. I've been moving. I'm moving. I'm moving across the country. Give me a break. At least, hey, at least you guys are enjoying my take on it, even though you already know this. Even if you already know the news, you still want to hear my take, don't you? Yeah, everyone except for JP Herrera. You know who you are. Mr. Jelly Penis? Yeah, that's your new nickname, JP. JP stands for Jelly Penis. So Winona Ryder files declaration of support for her ex-fiancé Johnny Depp. Yes, that's right. They were engaged. It's true. They were. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Yeah, I just found out. I didn't know they were engaged. Yeah, apparently they were engaged. I have no idea why it didn't work out. What? They would have been a great couple. Tina says they would have been a great couple. They were a couple, Tina. They just didn't get married. Winona Ryder goes ahead and files a declaration in support of her ex-fiancé Johnny Depp's defamation. God damn it. She files a declaration in support of Johnny Depp's defamation lawsuit against Amber Turd. So before I get too carried away on some nonsensical rant, let's dive in and see exactly what Winona is saying about Johnny. Yes, right now. Just cut the camera. Do it!
And today's article is brought to you by Bounding Into Comics, the only sensible place to get your movie news. The title of the article reads, Stranger Things star Winona Ryder files declaration in support of ex-fiancé Johnny Depp in defamation lawsuit against Amber Heard. Ryder begins her declaration by stating, and I quote, I knew Johnny very well years ago. We were together as a couple for 4 years, and I counted him as my best friend and as close to me as my family. I counted our relationship as one of the more significant relationships of my life. I understand that it is very important that I speak from my own experience. Winona goes on to say, I obviously was not there during his marriage to Amber, but from my experience, which was so wildly different, I was absolutely shocked, confused, and upset when I heard the accusations against him. The idea that he is an incredibly violent person is the farthest thing from the Johnny that I knew and loved. I cannot wrap my head around these accusations.
Is the furthest thing from the Johnny that I knew and loved. Once again, we have another declaration of him being a nice person. Now, I might not agree with his political views. He's a bit of a snowflake. But gosh darn it, I respect the man.
He was never violent towards me. And he was never abusive at all towards me. He has never been violent or abusive towards anyone I have seen. I truly and honestly only know him as a really good man, an incredibly loving, extremely caring guy who was so very protective of me and the people that he loves. And I felt so very safe with him.
You see that? She says, I felt very safe with him. She really, made the point that she felt very safe. So, does that sound like somebody that could do the things that Amber is accusing him of? No, I'm here just rehashing old news. Like this is a new story, but it's basically the same story, just told from a different point of view. I mean, fuck it, Johnny, I love you, and I'm here just to keep supporting you. That's what I'm here to do. I'm gonna support you until you are free of these bullshit charges, allegations, whatever they are. By the sound of it, it seems like Winona's the one that got away, Johnny. I'm just saying, you might want to hit her up.
This isn't the first time that Ryder has spoken out about the abuse allegations against Johnny Depp. Back in 2016, she told Time magazine, and I quote, "Look, I mean, obviously I can only speak from my own experience. It's very tricky because if it were any other type of scandal, like cheating, you could be like, that's none of my business, no comment, not appropriate for me. But I think because what is being said is so horrific and such a global issue for millions of women, obviously that I understand why people feel it's their business. I get it, and I get why you'd ask." Ryder then detailed Depp had never been abusive to her at all. She says, and I quote, "I can only speak from my own experience, which is so wildly different from what's being said. I mean, he was never that way towards me, never abusive at all towards me. I only know him as a really good, loving, caring guy who is very protective of the people that he loves. It's hard because I feel like that's my experience, and it has been a very long time."
Now it's important to hear what she's saying. She's saying that I'm only sharing my own personal experiences. So she's not saying that she was present, and accounted for during all of their fights. She wasn't there for the relationship, so she doesn't know. But she's just saying from her own personal, intimate relationship and experiences with Johnny Depp, they were nothing like what Amber Heard is saying.
Oh my God, did she actually post this? What is that? 285,000 people like this bullshit? Jesus Christ. Ryder continued, "But yes, it is really hard. I don't know what your love history is, but just imagine someone you were in a relationship with was accused of this. I get that there are patterns of abuse. I get why you're asking me. But it's weird because imagine if someone dated when I was 17 when I met him, was accused of that. It's just shocking. I've never seen him be violent towards a person before." Winona goes on to say, "It's just hard to picture. The only word I can come up with is unimaginable. With certain people, you hear something and go, yeah, I can see that, but this isn't that. So anyway, this is the first time I've said anything, so I don't know. I can only offer my own experience. It's such a serious, horrible thing to be accused of." She says, "It's almost as if your brother or someone you just never... So, there's a part of me that is thinking, is this even appropriate for me to say anything? But because of the seriousness of it, it's been brought into a thing where it's trickier for me to say, none of my business. But that's all I have to offer is my own experience, which is a very, very long time ago."
It is possible that Johnny's alcoholism and shit kind of got worse with time. Maybe he got a bit more, it's possible. But I'm going to go ahead and say that even if he gets a bit more of a alcoholic, he gets more into drugs, I just don't see him turning violent. I don't think Winona Ryder would just come out of the blue and just try to rescue her ex-fiancé. I think she's truly just baffled by these accusations and has to speak truth to this nonsense. Now, if she's saying that Johnny was never violent or abusive towards anybody during their time together, I'm gonna have to go ahead and just believe that. I believe all women, right? Winona has nothing to gain from this, just like Amber's personal assistant has nothing to gain from this. They're just coming out in support of Johnny Depp because they know the truth. They've been around him a long time, or at least some of these people have. Look, if Winona Ryder was actually a gold digger, she would have locked him down when she had the chance. And she would have, no prenup. It would have just been, but she didn't. She didn't. You know what she did? She stole shit. Yeah. She didn't try to take any of Johnny Depp's money. She just went her own way, peacefully. She didn't try to destroy his image and bring him down. No. She was very thankful and grateful to have had him for the time that she did. And she still considers him to be one of the most significant relationships of her entire life. Winona Ryder was a shoplifter. Does that sound like someone who's digging for gold? I mean, well, maybe a little bit. But you know what fuck, I don't know. Do gold diggers steal shit? Maybe they do. My point is, she could have asked Johni for some money if she didn't have any of her own, but no, she went and stole things. That's my point. Yeah, so Tina, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I'm really driving home the point that she was a shoplifter, but.
And then she also says, I don't want to call anyone a liar, but from my experience of Johni, it is impossible to believe that such horrific allegations are true. I find it extremely upsetting knowing him as I do.
Yeah. You might not be directly calling her a liar. Well, you are. You're calling her a liar, for sure. Yes, you are. The second you filed that declaration in support of defense for Johni, that you basically just said that, Amber, you're a lying slut. You said, Amber, I don't fucking believe you, and you're a lying whore. So, but Tina, I know I'm not trying to call, not everybody's a whore. I just used the word whore for people that deserve it. Look, guys, I'm vulgar. I'm offensive. I'm kind of annoying. I say what I want to say. But this is all just a bunch of dark, morbid humor mixed with some truth and with some news. But this is a satire channel, so real quick, just want to take a little intermission. I've read some comments, just a couple. And some people, even though they agree with me, they think that I'm being a bit too mean, a bit too aggressive, a bit too harsh. They don't like the barrage of insults that I throw at you. Not at you, but at the screen, but it's directed towards Amber. Like, look at the hashtag. The hate is towards Amber. Now, as someone who's dealt with depression and suicidal thoughts, like, I don't want anybody to kill themselves. So for that one person, this response is for you. It's dark comedy, satire. Satire means you can't really tell what's truth and what's not. But I'm telling you, it's all satire. Look, if you're not a fan of the channel, then the easiest thing you could do is either, if you're subscribed, unsubscribe. It's pretty simple. Don't search Darth News in your search bar, or just don't click on my videos. The door is that way. Door's that way. In other words, this is an A-B conversation, so see your way out before E jumps over D and beats the F out of you. As in, fuck. Beats the fuck out of you. That was not a threat. That was a promise. I'm trying to be theatrical. I'm trying to sell it. Shut up, Tina! I'm not really gonna do that. I'm just trying to be dramatic. So Winona Ryder's pretty pissed off about these horrific allegations, which they are horrific and very, very, kind of unbelievable. I think Amber just thought, everyone knows he's a drunk and he does drugs, so they have to believe me. I don't think so, Amber, because we know the real Johni. And I couldn't agree more with Winona. These are very upsetting. It's upsetting because this is not the Johni I know, and even though I don't know him personally, it sounds like a lot of people who do know him personally aren't taking these allegations very lightly. No, there's no, what? Tina, you know there's no script. No, there's no script. There's not.
According to the filing, Ryder is also ready and willing to be called as a witness for Depp's legal team in his ongoing legal war with Heard.
Oh man, seeing Winona testify as a witness would be a beautiful thing. Beautiful. Winona, you're an angel in my book. And Winona understands. She understands that there is a real problem in the world with domestic violence, abuse against women. It's a real thing. And to have Amber undermine the system to her own advantage is it's pathetic, it's sad, it's the scum of the earth kind of shit. I don't even know why feminists still support her. It makes no sense. Why has she not been banished from the feminist community? I mean, these people need to open their fucking eyes, man. Winona was with him for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? That is just as long as his time with Amber Heard. 4 years is a long time with anybody, okay? It's either shit or get off the pot at that point. So it looks like Winona just bowed out and Amber went for the gold. The point is, she was with him for 4 years. And at no point in that time did she see anything that resembles the accusations that are coming out of Amber's mouth. Nothing. They have a lot of mutual friends, and everyone agrees that Johni is a nice human being. Kind, soft-spoken, and a bit shy.
In a more detailed quote, she goes on to say, "I don't know how you feel about it, but it's like anybody who says anything about it is a victim blamer."
Exactly, Winona. You're exactly right. It's like, and it's not just for the Amber case, all right? It's like the second anybody questions, or just has a question that could seem a little bit like, this doesn't make sense. If anybody questions a woman's allegations, then you are nothing more than a victim blamer. I don't like this shit. All right? Sometimes there's no evidence, and you got to use your best judgment based on both testimonies. But in this case, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say she's right. Anyone that speaks out is a victim blamer, and that's it.
I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I'm not calling anyone a liar. I'm just saying it's difficult and upsetting for me to wrap my head around it. Look, it was a long time ago, but we were together for 4 years, and it was a big relationship for me, and we had a lot of mutual friends. I just never heard anything like this about him. But again, I feel like even saying that, I'm going to get death threats or something. I'm not on social media, so maybe I will be spared.
To hear Winona say that she's probably going to get death threats says a lot about this world and climate we live in. No, I'm not talking about global warming. I mean climate, like cultural climate, social, political climate. It's toxic. As much as they think they're doing the right thing, it's creating a more toxic environment. Nobody should get death threats. It's really sad to hear Winona say that she's gonna get death threats. You know, like this is not good. This is not good for anybody. Nobody should be sending death threats to anybody for any reason, okay? Unless you're fucking Hitler, just leave those death threats at home. And it's kind of amazing that she's off social media. It's probably a good thing because, sadly, I think she's right. There's plenty of radical feminists and the Me Too fuckers that'll come after her. So her not being on social media is probably the best move. But I can tell you one thing, Winona. I speak out almost every day, weekly, multiple times a week. I'm speaking out in support of Johni, and I have not gotten one death threat yet. Not one. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get a death threat now, but I shouldn't have said that, but yeah, I think you're good. But you also have a bigger following, so. Well, you're not on social media, so you don't have a following. This is getting nowhere fast. So at the end of the day, I'm just thrilled that we have a famous face, a celebrity, who has a respectful, track record. For the most part. Minus the shoplifting, minus that, pretty good track record. The celebrity who was actually in a relationship with him is speaking out against this heresy, this bullshit. It's good to have a famous face back him up because people couldn't really relate to Amber Heard's assistant, but people can relate to Johnny Depp's relationship with Winona Ryder. People maybe a bit older than me will remember their time together, and I think this might hit home for a lot more people that are on the fence if Johnny Depp was violent or not. By all accounts, it would appear that Johni has all the evidence stacked against Amber. Like, all of it. She has nothing. Nothing. Let me see these texts. Let me see the evidence you have, Amber, because all I've seen so far is evidence from Johnny Depp's defense team, which is just it's just stacked a mile high. You have nothing but your word, and your word is it doesn't really mean shit. So what do you guys think? Are you excited that we have another person coming out in defense of Johni for the Justice for Johni movement? Or are you pissed off? Do you think that Johni paid her like $1 million, to say what she did? Well, what do you think? And that about wraps up today's video. So if you really enjoyed today's content, go ahead and give me a thumbs up-aroo. If you disliked it, give me a stinkeroo. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. It's all just a bunch of clicks. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of click, 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 click. Like it, dislike it. It's all engagement. But if you really, really feel a certain way and you want to let me know how you feel, well, goddamn it, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. However, I can tell you with 100% guarantee, 100% certainty, if you subscribe and you do not hit that notification bell, you will guaranteed you will 100% catch the coronavirus. And there's about an 80% chance that you will, No, I'm saying cut the camera.
My heart's been colder, my devastation's been waiting for me. We hit the gas and we going, we both got places to be. You keep on mixing the things that I want with things that I need. We mix the colors and cause no rest, just enjoy the speed. Please leave us alone, yeah. Won't pick up the phone, yeah. She young and she grown, yeah. Won't pick up the phone, yeah. Won't pick up the phone, yeah. Won't pick up the phone. Won't pick up the phone, yeah. Won't pick up the phone. I'm tired of the week, I'm tired of spring. Please pass me bean, yeah. I'm feeling up bikini, summertime heat, me and you next to me, yeah. I summer CGs, that's double. Might turn up on the scene, that's trouble. No fiend, but I need me a couple. For the team, throw the racks in the double. I summer CGs, that's double. Might turn up on the scene, that's trouble. No fiend, but I need me a couple. For the team, throw the racks in the duffel. Please leave us alone, yeah.